Oh,
Highway, you gonna play this Toho Civ, the Civ like when it comes out?
what? I've never heard of this, but also, like, speaking of Toho fan games, I've been kicking around a very dumb idea myself of Neo but Toho.
Yeah, it's like Civ like where a lot of the whatchamacallit the whatchamacallit the vampires are Egyptian.
I feel like we lost some notes somewhere along the line. But either way, we're
Well,
still in
think
for.
of it this way:
Yes.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, I mean, I guess that works. And we did recap this one last time. I remember reciting this. Man, I'm just still sitting here like, give me the fucking Pinoy Shadowrunners. Come on, harebrained scheme. I want a Shadowrunner that can make
It,
Ponsit. That'd be sweet.
it's basically it's basically just the Brazil mention like image every time it happens.
Yes, actually, that is our life. That is our lot in life. But yeah, welcome back to Shadowrun. We gotta say hi to our new buddy Gaichu, because I believe we just got him. The storage room that functions as Gaichu's cabin is a cramped, overheated mess. Piles of old ship parts shared with this tarnished cookware. Oh, my eyes can't read that. Flats of instant noodles. Flats of instant noodles? Is this supposed to be flats or fiats? I can't tell. A collection of cast-off clothes and reams of diagnostic manuals for old, obsolete computer hardware. To top it all off, there's barely any light whatsoever. All the bulbs in the room are missing. Gaichu is busily moving boxes around, apparently in an effort to carve out some personal space amidst the junk that he shares a cabin with. As you enter, he cocks his head and turns around. Ah, welcome to my sanctuary combo. I apologize for the lack of light, but as I did not need it, Gobba took the bulbs for use elsewhere. How may I be of assistance? What do you think of the bolt hole? Gaichu glances towards the ceiling. After a moment, he extends a hand, palm up. A single drop of leaking oil falls into it. I am shocked that it has not sunk and drowned us all, to be perfectly honest. But it is as much a home as anywhere else I have stayed in Hong Kong, and I am certain fewer people will stumble upon me and try to kill me. For now, it will suffice. Any thoughts on that last run? The one where we robbed a bunch of people? A curious affair. I wish we had more time to study the nature of the mummies we found in the catacombs, as I am unaware of any spirit or paranormal phenomenon which could explain their existence. Bound spirits? A strain of the HMHVV? Perhaps something else entirely. Their nature is unclear to me. I should very much like to know how the mummy's trinket came to be. It may well be that we have discovered a new form of immortality or manner of spiritual being. To store one's essence in an object. What a concept. Such an opportunity is one that should be studied in depth. We're just talking about liches aren't we? Have you been having any weird dreams lately? Yes, I have indeed. I thought I was alone in this. What did you dream about? I saw a vision of shadowy shapes, rows upon rows of sharp teeth and a stench of sulfur. My initial assumption is that I was simply dreaming of my fear of becoming what so many assume of me, a monster without a mind. Does this coincide with the dream you've had? Yeah, the very same. Curious. A staged hallucination, perhaps? Flows in the Hong Kong ley lines. It is interesting that I had the same dream as you when I was in Whampoa Garden as you were here, but were that not the case, I would call this boat... Were that not the case, I would simply call this boat haunted. You think it means anything? I have no idea, and frankly, I do not care. Omens and portents are powerful reinforcements to behave foolishly. I would suggest leaving the interpretation of dreams to soothsayers and priests. I need to talk about your condition of being a ghoul. As you wish, you are my benefactor, and such I yield to you. Ask and I will do my best to answer. Aside from being blind, how has it affected you? Aside from my heightened sense of smell and hearing, I am stronger, tougher, and more resilient than any mundane human. I can achieve feats of physicality that normally restrict to adepts and those with extensive enhancements. Gaichu lifts one hand, fingers crooked to show off his elongated nails. Claws, really. These as well, as sharp as any small knife. I prefer my sword, but in a grapple they come extremely handy. He draws one nail over the surface of his shoulder plates. A hair-fine spiral of armor peels off in the nail's wake. Don't waste that! That's expensive! I like this. Can you turn into mist or anything? No, he's not a vampire. Do you still need to sleep? Unfortunately, I do. I am not an undead creature of the night. If I manage to unlock the secret of rest without sleep, I will be certain to inform you. It seems like your condition is stabilized. For now, it has. I will not suddenly become a ravenous beast lurking in the hold of your ship. At least no more so than I already am. Why'd you pick the name Gaichu, anyway? It was given to me. That is what the Japanese call ghouls for the most part. I am vermin, a thing shunned by polite society to be hunted and slain for bounty. My old life.
Named me this.
What was that?
My mother named me this.
My mother was a bitch.
She has a foresight, I guess. Yes.
My old life is gone. It seemed as apt a name for the streets as any other I could choose. I like the attitude. It turns the tables of power. Gaichu dips his head in agreement. One does not defeat the enemy solely by strength of arms. One must turn one's own weakness into strength. It is an old and valuable lesson too. It is an old and valuable lesson, too often forgotten. My mother called me her chud ghoul son. I never quite knew what she meant by that. Your armor is heavier than what most Shadowrunners wear, and way more distinctive, too. Etiquette Corporate. Interesting. That is correct. It is the armor worn by the elite soldiers of the Renraku Corporate Military, the Red Samurai. Who are they? The Renraku Military Special Operations Division. The most elite that the corporation has to offer, on par with the area's Firewatch of the Tier... Oh god, what is that? Tier 10 Grease Ghosts. Red Samurai world-class soldiers assigned to only the most difficult and important missions. That's pretty rare for a Shadowrunner to have. That is true. It is considerably less rare for a Red Samurai to have a suit of it. However, even if he goes rogue... you don't strike me as corporate. Circumstances change, and with them, perspective. I was a member of the Renraku military for my entire adult life. Until my current affliction, anyways. Hence, I still possess my armor, my sword, my training. They have served me well in both my previous life and in this one. How'd you end up running this well, that feels obvious. How'd you end up in Hong Kong? I was searching for a cure. I needed a place where I could disappear into the shadows, find work, and evade capture if a cure did not materialize. The Yamato acted to mean that even if it was even more dangerous to be in Japan than anywhere else. Gaichu smiles thinly, leaning back on his heels. I went to China, primarily because I still hoped to be able to return home. It felt less final than if I fled to somewhere nearby. I first fled to Shanghai, but Renraku's presence there is significantly more robust than in Hong Kong. I learned that my previous unit had not stopped hunting me after I left Japan, so I decided to move further afield. Hence, Hong Kong. Where else can anyone arrive and disappear without the city carrying one wit? Lagos, maybe? Wait, Vesper, do you know where Lagos is?
Lagos? No.
Huh. Berlin seems like a good spot. Perhaps 5 years ago. But the recent upheavals and the newly iron-fisted Seder Cup influence filled me with trepidation. The Flux State is no more. Long live the corporate Berlin of the future. Since arriving here, I've drifted between neighborhoods, selling my services to those who are unafraid of my appearance and condition. The one in Nigeria? Oh. But, well, it's a good thing I didn't say that then, shit. See you later, Gaichu. Please, come by whenever you like. Maybe I shouldn't touch his mementos. That'd be a great way to get my arm lost. I think I've talked to everybody else, so let's pick up a mission. Geomantic sabotage. Vid about those dreams. Goblet's face winks on screen. Her rats are perched precariously on her head, and she holds a laser pointer clutched between her thumb and forefinger. Hey, Seattle. Hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. She flicks the laser pointer, and her rat's head swivel from to the right to follow the motion. Why did I just say that? This is recording. It doesn't matter if it's a bad time. Well, anyway, I was thinking about that talk we had, you know, the dream talk about the nightmares and stuff. Got a friend here in town. She runs the Parlor of the Five Phases. It's sort of our local magic shop and talisman monger. Her name's Crafty. Anyway, she's smart. Really smart. Her mom was kind of a local authority on all things magical, and the apple don't far from the tree. If you want to ask anyone in town about these dreams, she'd be the one to choose. She taps a button on the laser pointer with her thumb, and the little red dot goes dark. The rats immediately tackle one another, rolling off her head and falling out of sight. She gets up, head rising out of frame. Anyway, just thought it might help. If you've already been talking to Crafty, disregard this. I think we already did talk to Crafty, didn't we? Alright, I'm out. Peace! The rats are in the walls. They're not in the They're not in the trolls. But the orc is messing with them. Attending a party. Combo, I need you to come to the parlor. A friend and business partner of mine named Dr. Shen Yang has need of your services. Something about attending a fancy party in Repulse Bay. He was unwilling to give me the details. I think he wanted to size you up himself. Oh, we don't even get to accept that. It's just like get to the room, pal. I suppose we should check in on that. Oh, it just gives it to you. Like, you don't even get a choice of accepting it. Oh yeah, there's the guy. A rotund, balding dwarf in a cheap suit turns to face you. Lights glint from the heavy gold chains that hang around his neck. When he speaks, the voice that greets your ears is high and nasal and has been contorted into a rough approximation of a New York accent. Pleased to meet you. Shen was kind enough to arrange this little sit-down between us. You can call me Dr. Shen Yang. Why are you named after a city? I didn't realize that was a city. Though that does seem a little unprofessional to ask, so... Pleased to meet you. My name's Combo. His grip is as soft as the palm is moist. It's like shaking hands with a boneless ham. You share a long, uncomfortably flaccid handshake before he finally releases you. Oh god, if you could just like crush his hand, that'd be so funny. I'm looking for a little outside help on a problem I've been having. Ordinarily I'd handle it myself or some of my friends to see to it, but it's kinda delicate, you know? My guys would be nosed before they made any headway on the problem, so I figured, yeah, I'd hire contractors all the time. Might as well get some contractors on a different stripe. Tell me about your problem. Maybe we can help. I run a little film studio, Southern Crown Films. We mostly do children work, but we've recorded some Sims too. Maybe you've seen some of my stuff. Space Mongols from the Moon, The Flavor of Pomegranates, Ultimate Kill Squad. Can't say I've had the pleasure. Ah, too bad. I'll send some over to Cheng so you can have a look. Anyway, there's this other guy in the industry, and we've been button heads since day one. Name's Neville Ma. He runs Yellow Spring Studio. No matter what I do, I can't shut him out of the biz. He always manages to get one over on me, steal my stars. He's been running me into the ground with a show called Promises in Moonlight. The star's a girl named Penelope Wong, new talent. But the viewers have been going nuts over her. She's the show's linchpin. Oh, this mission, it's a neat one. I don't remember this one at all. I have a vague idea of what it could be, but I don't think it's what I'm thinking of. Hang on, I'm getting there. So about 6 months ago, Neville was out in Guzangu for some hoity-toity party. He's on the road, probably drunk. Semi comes out of nowhere and pow! Wrecks his fancy new Eurocar Westwind. Bad luck for Neville, good luck for me. I figure, hey, that's the end of him for the year, and I start planning some new stuff that I can't compete with from inside a hospital. You follow me? Let me guess, he found a way to compete with you from the hospital. No, worse. The bastard's out of the hospital. He's back in the game, bringing out Season 2. I need that show off the air, one way or the other. That, my friend, is where you come in. Already? That's strange. Tell me about it. You should have been in that hospital for 3 months. And physical therapy a lot longer. Only took him like a week to get out. Couldn't freaking believe it. That kind of medical care is top dollar. He's got a lot of money, but not that much. Recovery on a time like that means one of two things is going on. Could have found himself a silent partner, someone willing to pay top dollar for cutting-edge care. I don't think it's likely, but it could happen. And if it ain't that, the smart money says he has been skimming the top of a Yellow Springs and not reporting it. And you want me to look into that, I take it? I need you to go get me something to blackmail Neville with. Find out you could have gotten out of the hospital so fast. He works out of his penthouse most days, so search his computer, closet, sock drawer, whatever. There's gotta be something incriminating there. Where is this penthouse? Neville lives in the Repulse Bay. It's this real swanky joint in the south end of Hong Kong. By the bay with the same name. I haven't been there to get anyone to poke around his apartment, because security's too tight. Lucky for you, though, Neville's throwing a party on the mezzanine level with all the shops and restaurants and balconies and such. This is the mission I'm thinking of. I'm going to want a hacker for this one. He's celebrating the second season launch of his show, and everyone's going to be there. Gonna make a real snarl for the building security. You might also want to hit up the party if you can bluff your way in. Everyone close to Neville will be there, and most of them will be 3 sheets to the wind by the time you get there. Some discreet questioning might get you the dirt that I need. Just remember, if you go to the party, don't use your real name. Go with Argyle, should be safe enough. There's no one in the biz out there with that name, so nobody will ask any questions about how your work's going. Couldn't you just, like, make a better show? It's not just a better show, it's Penelope Wong, too. I get her, I get all the fans, too. They'll watch anything she's in. Listen, it's like this. A little blackmail never hurt anyone, alright? Well, except the person you're blackmailing. It's just how things work in the industry. I don't dislike the guy, but I gotta stay on top of business. Now, the blackmail material is what I need more than anything. But if you can get Penelope Wong out of a contract, I'll pay you a little extra. Got it? I want that star's power on my side. Oh, one last thing. I don't want you starting up a scene while you're there. You and her at the party, make a mess or trash his apartment, and I'm not paying you. We clear? Why the concern? If you're gonna hamstring me before you even go on the run, I want to know why. Because it's gauche, and I can't mind knowing I'm after him. In the business, everyone's got dirty tricks, but if you make it public, Oh, I see. But if you make it public while you're using them, that's it. Korea's as dead as Penelope's Republic, as the People's Republic of China. No one will work for me ever again. So don't embarrass me, huh? No mess, no guns. Got it. Oh, you can pack heat, just don't kill anyone. Gotta fight? Find someone else to do it. If security gets you, do what you gotta do. I'd rather explain a few bullet holes than a pile of dead bodies, got it? Yeah, got it. Good. If you pull this off, I'll recommend you to all my friends too. You don't seem like you deal with Shadowrunners much. Shadowrunners? Moonlight Princess, who gives a crap? I got money on a job and don't care who does it as long as the price is right. What's more, I got a lot of friends around town and a lot of them in your circles too. So we got a deal? Sure. Good woman, that's what I like to hear. When you're done, drop channel line. I'll be back here and I'll meet you back here and I'll hand over the money. Also, man, he had some fucking Carl Batanamanamuski balding there. I can't remember Carl's name from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but it's like the best I could get there. Do I have enough funds to prepare at all? I got 4K, but I'm pretty sure last I checked we don't have any new magic. Though I should get some medkits, I think. Yeah, we used both a medkit and I think a stabilizer pack on the last mission. Brutana Nadaluski. Let's see if he has a chi sword yet. Define he. I think Spider Shin's actually a woman? I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Spider Shin's a woman. One gold trauma kit and 2 medkits should do. Could be wrong on gender. I assume they're a woman, but it could be a lot of things, so it's hard to say. But yeah, I guess I could check. I think they just have the katana at the moment. It would be nice to not have to use killing hands.
Use killing hand with one hand and healing hand with the other at the same time.
So she does have magic swords, but I can't equip the recent one because I think I need close combat 5. I could also get an axe. So I think I'm at key casting 4. Well, I definitely want this because I remember this being really good. Holy shit. Just 2 movement for free? Fucking hell yeah, dude. Unfortunately, that makes me too broke to afford this. I think the move is more important than the free attack. And I'll grab this sword just to see what all the fuss is about. I also need another spell slot, because mine are already full. Also, there's a way to figure this out. Do they have a wiki article? Shadowrun, much like Battletech and Cyberpunk, looks at gender as what do you want to be this year? Yeah, pretty much. Also, thanks for the help on trying to drive the Lotus Cellar, because, like, boy howdy, did that make that mission a fucking breeze. I was wondering if the Shadowrun Hong Kong wiki has information on Spider Shen.
Considering how long the game's been about, I would assume they would.
I'd hope they would, but, you know. Wikis are... I'm not really worried about the wiki having dubious information, I'm worried about having none at all. Let's see. I definitely want Isabel. I think Gobbet would be a good idea. But, which of these three delinquents should we bring, Festivore? Because I have to choose between two.
Let's see.
Because I have to choose between three meatheads, and I don't know if any of them are good for this.
Well, what are the rules of engagement?
The big problem, and this is why I'm like frustrated on who to bring, is that our client doesn't want us to kill anyone. We could fight, just no killing, and if we do, make sure it's not seen. I know from meta knowledge that we need a hacker, that's why I'm bringing Isabel. But I don't. Well, I guess Duncan would make this easier because he has a lot of non-lethal options. Yeah, he's got that fucking AP damage. Yeah, we'll bring Darling Brother along.
Yeah, throw him a bone. Our Fisher can't forget what left me. Now she's back, but she's forgetting about me again. Ugh.
I'm also curious if any of the Shadow. Oh, I was kind of hoping one of the Shadowrunners here was one of the ones mentioned in that big like Pinoy forum post. Yeah, this will be our team. Yeah, I figured Gaichu would be a liability, but hey. You arrive at the eponymously named Repulse Bay, a gleaming hotel and apartment building on the shores of Repulse Bay, on Repulse Bay, Hong Kong Island. Rolling storm clouds choke the sky, lending the structure a sinister appearance. As you push through the doors and into the building, a sudden break in the clouds reveals the sun that has gone red as blood. You make your way into a ground floor elevator. The attendant pays you no mind. As the car begins to climb, you hear the sounds of merriment drawing closer. As the doors slide open, you find Neville Maw's party in full swing.
You bring Gaichi with you. Okay, so we
Here's
have
a,
to make sure we don't kill any. We don't have to kill anybody during the operation, Gaichu. I'm feeling a rather peckish.
I'm so hungry. The elevator
Just a
disgorges.
nibble, please. No.
The elevator.
We'll eat next operation. I'm getting rather hungry.
You're treating him like he's Hannibal Lecter. The elevator disgorges you onto the mezzanine with a little fanfare. Off in the distance, you can hear the sounds of clinking glasses, carefree laughter, and silverware on china. I'm kinda out of my element here, Combo. I'm not much of a party person. How do you want to handle this? Should we check the apartment first? My vote's the party. Can we go to the party? We'll play by ear. I don't really know the scene any better than you guys. Alright, if you insist. Go on, lead the way. It's more Gaichu's a Red Samurai. Oh, because he's part of the Renraku squad in China. Yeah, that'd be really bad, wouldn't it? What are the objectives here? Because I know we have the obvious objective marker. Oh, the party is optional. Hi. A sullen-looking troll stands on the periphery of the kitchen. He turns to you, his shoulders slumped forward. No restaurant service tonight. Kitchen staff's too busy with the party to serve anyone. Wish I could get on that balcony. All that delicious food. See? This guy knows what's up. Why can't you get in? Guests only. The guy throwing it seems connected to the Trid industry. There's tons of actors in there. Some of them from Promised Moonlight. You know the show, right? I'm afraid not. Oh, you need to see it. It's the best show on Tridio ever. Ever! I'll get right on that, buddy. Good luck with the kitchen. Guests only, huh? Ah, this is why we want hacking. That's right. Good luck, Isabel. Matrix help slide will give you a rundown on some of the features you'll be encountered in there. Yes, please. Oh god, there's a lot here. Characters trained in decking can jack into the Matrix to bypass enemy security and steal valuable info. The cyberspace realm has its own unique hazards. Avoid detection. Dumb shock is, lose 25% of HP with no wounds, so you can't heal with magic, and you lose 5 AP. Now, I believe the big thing is that you can stealth while in the Matrix. But also, there is...
as long as the antivirus programs don't see me, I can just sneak on by.
Exactly! Why do you think they have, like, shells of program names, Festivore? When encountering blocker IC, you'll be presented with several options to bypass it. Hack force or try password.
Sound like thinking of the old FPS-tron games.
Now let's see if I remember how to do this. Yeah, you have the opportunity to basically, live action XCOM stealth this. It's, kinda difficult, not gonna lie. Especially when I corner myself. But the cool thing is that you don't automatically go into combat. Go, 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 go! Phew. You can either attempt to hack the IC or force your way past it at the cost of additional system trace. So if we try to force it, we will immediately be detected. Oh god, I forget how this works. I think this is basically, that board game password. Oh, it's just Simon Says, never mind. 89195 76798 124259 Oh, fuck. 2189595. Oh, I have to figure this shit out too, huh? Second M with a Q at the end. This one. Yeah, hacking is a lot more elaborate. Welcome to the Repulse Bay Central Data Hub. Please state query. Search for information on Neville Ma, please. Resident Apartment 2, expand query. Apartment door code, please. 1635. Search other records. Events. One event found, Yellow Spring Films private party, mezzanine level front desk. Download invitation? Yes, please. Yeah, luckily you can afford, like, one mistake while doing that. It's just, if you botch the whole thing, you're out. Other records, planned hotel expansion. You download a series of files detailing expansion of the hotel. Maintenance logs. Realms of data flood the screen, everything's organized by way of reference numbers. It's an incredibly obtuse and confusing system. Without knowing what you need to search for, there's little value to see here. Well, we got the information we need, so let's get out of here. Get out of here, I don't want to get caught. Also, I like how there's not a whole lot of animations to your avatar. Isabel was just gliding there. Well, now that we have an invite, we can actually go to the party. Good evening, ma'am. Welcome to the veranda at the Repulse Bay. How may I be of service? This is the guard by the balcony. There's a private party outside, and our establishment provides security for any event that requires it. But don't worry, the balcony will be free again in a few hours. You look exhausted. Why don't you take a break? Not yet. I can't afford to miss any tips. I went to Macau last week and it wiped me out. Bad luck with the horses, you know. Oh, I guess this allows us to, like, figure stuff out. But I don't want to be too conspicuous. What a shame. Hope your night improves. Well, it can only get better from here. I doubt that. Shadowrunners are here. Private party, pal. Invitation only. Oh, I could have used Charisma 4. Damn! Yeah, I'm gonna use that. Are you kidding me? I was just in there talking to Kevin Chu. Don't tell me you already forgot my face. Yeah, I remember you talking to Kevin Chu. Terribly sorry, ma'am. Won't happen again. I didn't need the hacker dam, but we did get we did get information for that, so it was worth bringing Isabel along. And here he's half Russian. No wonder he gets those overseas jobs. Who? We have Penelope Wong and we have Neville Ma over there. The glamorous starlet flashes you a standard celebrity smile. Lovely, but emotionless. Good evening, Penelope Wong, but please call me Penny. God. How do I act here? Pleased to meet you, Penny. My name's Argyle. What brings you to a little soiree, Miss Argyle? I don't believe I've seen you around the studio before. I'm representing some interested parties who'd like to collaborate with Yellow Spring Studios. They wanted to make sure Neville's injuries weren't as minor as they heard. Your friend has nothing to worry about. I must admit, I nearly died of fright when I heard what happened. But to look at Neville now, you'd never guess he'd been hurt. Miraculous, isn't it? His medical bills must have been steep. I saw pictures of the accident. It was a mess, Neville included. I wouldn't know. The hospital was first class. Only the best for Neville. But I never asked about his finances. It's not my place. I can't fault you for that. If I had to guess, I'd say Neville reached it. Yeah, I think it'd probably be better to not be as, like, snoopy here. Yeah, I can't fault you for that. If I had to guess, I'd say Neville will reach out to some new investors to help cover his bills. Someone new? No, I don't think so, but Neville did make some new friends while he was in Guzango. Go on. Also, God, I'm noticing that... I'm noticing that Duncan's glasses have little dots at the center, so it just makes him look like he's got, like, fucking, like, beady eyes. There was a woman, can't remember her name, who visits Neville regularly. I heard she's quite a fashionista. This a business or personal relationship? Penelope shrugs. They seem to get along well. I'm a little sad he's never introduced us, though. She's supposed to make an appearance tonight. I'm very much looking forward to meeting her. Oh, please excuse me. That's Mr. Yao, and I promised I'd say hello tonight. Enjoy the party. Thank you, Penny. It was a pleasure. Did we miss out on recruiting Wong? Also, producer here is dialogue. Why can't I talk to him? There you go. Partygoer raises an eyebrow at your approach. They're serving century-old Cabernet like punch here. It's hard to believe considering how much a single bottle costs. But it's even harder to believe that Mr. Ma is hosting this party, and so soon after his accident. I heard about that. It doesn't seem to have slowed him down. The man's a machine. Not literally, but may as well be with how he sprang back after being T-boned. Seriously? Man should look like cat food after a hit like that. I don't know how, but here he is, alive and kicking. Or dining, regaling, what have you. If you ask me, it's all that positive chi the fans have stirred up. Heard they were making entire message boards praying for him and making offerings at temples. Oh right, I forgot. Thoughts and prayers actually do work in this world. Matrix is nuts for promises in Moonlight. If Ma hadn't negotiated a second season, his fans would just as easily turned on him. No way. The internet can't send you chi, let alone fix a broken body. Call it chi or luck, or whatever you want. Ma's here, so he must be doing something right. All I know for sure is that I'm glad he's back in the business for serving us buckets of Cabernet. He catches a glimpse of someone across the room and waves. Lisa, over here! Nice talking to you. Is there anyone else to talk to? Not really, but I think if we talk to everyone, the supposed lady might arrive. Neville Ma is dressed in an immaculate suit, surveying his party from the edge of a balcony. As you approach, he inclines his head respectfully. Good evening, Miss... I'm sorry, I don't believe we've been formally introduced. I'm Neville Ma, owner of the Yellow Spring Studio. I'm Miss Argent. This is a decadent party. Must have been awfully expensive. He dismisses your comment with a wave. Ah, it's nothing. A drop in the bucket compared to what we pay for sets and costumes. Period dramas are costly to produce, but they're what the people want to watch. I heard about your accident. How'd it happen? It seems as though that's all anyone wants to hear about these days. To be honest, I'm a little tired of repeating the story. Suffice to say, a delivery truck, a drone, experienced a glitch and ran a red light. If it hadn't hit me, it would have hit someone else. Did the police discover anything odd? Ah, biotech would have been the thing to bring here. Not really. Apparently the latest software update to the truck had gotten corrupted, but that's all they found. It was shocking to discover that the delivery company missed the glitch, but I suppose that's a mistake anyone could have made. And certainly not enough to point to any one person. I don't think I want to prod him about the lady, do I? You were discharged from the hospital pretty quickly after the accident. You got hit by an autopilot Cybertruck? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Not especially. Guzongo's hospitals are top tier. Confidentially, my rapid recovery mostly came down to luck. The accident could have been a lot worse than it was. I owe your car a lot of thanks for their safety features. What do you guys think? Should I prodder him on the new friend? Because I feel like that's a great way for him to, like, go into alert mode. I probably shouldn't. I feel like a guy I feel like a guy this smug would absolutely like be super withdrawn if I poke it. Thanks for talking with me, Mr. Ma. Don't know if we got a lot from that, but we do have the password to the apartment. Let's see. Password 1635. Let's see, are there any other opportunities to do this? Because usually they like to do multiple avenues, but it doesn't seem like it. I guess you had to have, like, bribed a way through there. 1635. I also like how there's a wizardry way to do it, but we're not that shit. We're woosha, baby. Also, man, I gotta close this door. These chihuahuas are getting fucking loud. Which is annoying, because I need that window open to not cook in my room. Why is it so cold in here? Why is it so cold in here? I can see my breath. Rows and rows of finely tailored suits, custom shoes, and various accessories litter the room. It's almost cold like a morgue. Also, are they fucking playing Moonlight Sonata in here? Really? I might have to mute the music. Yeah, there we go. It's weird that it fades in and out so, like, drastically. Liquor cabinet. The liquor cabinet is full of expensive wines and spirits. Several decanters sit atop it, but one in particular catches your eye. A bottle of brilliantly bright red wine. Gimme, gimme. Take a gulp and quickly gag. The wine's strangely warm given the temperature of the room and disgustingly salty. What? What's wrong with you, woman? Do you usually dip into people's wine collection while illegally searching their houses? Lesson learned. Gross. I don't care if it's cat piss or Zeus's tear, but I do care about you just left DNA evidence in an apartment we've broken into. I swear combos sometimes. Duncan pulls an alcohol swab from his belt pouch and wipes off the mouth of the decanter. I love the fact that Duncan is already trained to forge evidence at a scene. But also, it's a warm, salty liquid that's red. The opposite side of the living room is dominated by a massive security door. It's much heavier than the exterior apartment door and looks like a recent addition. The wall has clearly been reinforced to support it. A series of top-of-the-line commercial-grade mag locks hold the door sealed. It'd be easier to tunnel through the wall rather than it would be to break this open. How's the internet doing tonight? So far, so good. A cursory glance at the door reveals no sign of a keypad or a jack point, but you do see an RFID reader. A 16-digit number has been stenciled onto the side of the reader in red ink. That didn't come with the apartment. Why fortify an interior door like this? Probably to keep up appearances. Can you imagine how many people would talk if you installed this thing in the hallway? Well, one thing is certain. We're not getting through here without a key. Most likely that means we'll have to get one from Ma, or one of his people. Ah, shucks. I guess we have to go back to the party. I mean, that is the next logical step. Tell me we're going to the party. Let's keep looking around here. We never did look at the refrigerator. Interesting. Oh, no. Yeah, we did. It was just a weird blurb. Odd that there's nothing here, but what can you do? Can't really examine anything else, it seems. But I think knowing about the door might cause us to get some more dialogue somewhere. Miss Wong wants to talk, looks like. Welcome back. To what do I owe the pleasure? That seems like a great way to get fucking busted, so maybe I shouldn't. Just passing by. I got some questions about Neville Ma. Heard of him? Certainly, everyone knows Mr. Ma. Yeah? What kind of guy is he? Between you and me, he's difficult. We're just putting it lightly. Man runs the staff ragged. That's his party out there. Riches like him love to display their wealth. Sounds like you got some stories. Like you wouldn't believe. He once made a handful of us walk all the way out to Shek-O to fetch some dumplings for his guests. It was pouring out with winds blowing around 50 kilos. Practically a death march in that weather. Why didn't the kitchen make Ma some dumplings? Ma said the kitchen dumplings weren't good enough. Called them peasant food in front of all his guests. Chef Kang was furious. But since Ma's rich, hotel management told us to give him whatever he wanted. By the time we got back from Sheko, the dumplings were cold, so the party was over and Ma had retired to his suite. We had to pay for those dumplings out of our own damn pockets. A couple days later, Kevin comes out with pneumonia for the trip. Lost his job over it. That's just one of our experiences with him. Needless to say, no one here's a fan of the man, but we're paid to serve, so that's what we do. There's a heavy security door in Ma's apartment. Know anything about that? Just, how do you know that? What were you... when were you in Ma's apartment? A few days ago. I left something in there I need to get back. We don't want to cause a scene. I mean, we could go bother Ma during his party, but that would look just as bad for you as it would us, and, Tell you what, try talking to Chef Kang in the kitchen. He's got keys to just about every door in the place. On VIP request, he's expected to personally deliver their meal. It's a status thing, compliments as a chef or whatever. Poor guy spends as much time delivering food as he does cooking it. Worth a try, thanks. No problem, just, don't mention I sent you, alright? Chef's a vengeful man, so I don't want to get on his bad side. The chef looks at you from the pot of boiling water, red-faced and sweating. A name tag is pinned to his chest labeled Chef Victor Kang. I told them to send the waiter. Who the hell are you? Heard you could help me get through Neville Ma's apartment security. Yeah, I could do that. And I could also lose my job for it. Even go to jail. Sounds like a real winner of a proposition to me. I got work to do, stranger. Doors that away. I don't understand how Ma could get away with ragging on your cuisine. I mean, you fed his whole party. You deserve better, man. Yeah, cost me a raise and a whole lot of face. I bet that bastard didn't even lose a wink of sleep over it either. How about an exchange? Your key fob for Ma's guaranteed discomfort. Yeah, gladly. Ruin him, will ya? Or at the very least ruin his day. I'll consider it a bonus if you wreck his anemic girlfriend and giddy starless days too. Girlfriend? What girlfriend? What's her name? Kufeng, that's it. She's the rich wench who paid for Ma's hospital stay. Skinny anemic thing, never eats. All she ever orders is cheap red wine. First I thought it was a fling, but now I'm not so sure. Maybe you could split them up, and thank you for it. Don't suppose she takes her wine warmed and salted? I have, heard the rumors. A warm, salty wine? What a disaster. No, she just orders wine. Plain old wine. Wouldn't stop her from sipping in her own seasonings, though. Ah, right. Thank you for your help, chef. No, thank you. It's nice when people are willing to fuck with a rich person. But I'm also pretty sure we're about to deal with some kind of evil undead lich.
As opposed to a lich that's alive.
Well, you know. As you approach the door, a light set into your key fob goes from red to green. There's a loud series of thunks and the doors slide open. A blast of frigid air floods the room from the other side. Cyber terminal. As an expensive consumer-grade computer terminal awaits your input. The display background is set to a screen capture from Promises in Moonlight. Penelope Wrong's radiant face beams at you from a corner of the screen. This must be his personal terminal. Can't think of a better place to dig for dirt on that man. A few keystrokes is all it takes to get into the computer's file structure. With the high-tech security door in this apartment, it seems Ma never bothered to encrypt his machine. Emails, baby! You read through Ma's emails. Most of it is spam and boring business arrangements, but one detail does stand out. Neville Ma is frequently emailing a woman named Kufeng. They seem close, exchanging a lot of thinly veiled flirtation. It appears that Neville has been lavishing Kufeng with money and affection, expensive gifts, rent checks, miserable attempts at poetry, seeing to it that every need of hers is met. Weird. What do the financial records say? Neville's financial records are astoundingly boring, except for two major things. He spent next to nothing in hospital bills, and he only stayed for 3 days, and that he's spending a whole lot of money on a woman named Kufeng. Doors open, please, and thank you. I feel like he's some kind of undead thrall or something. Big number, yeah. Hey, Lord Tyrion. Without warning, a frigid wind blows through the apartment. The chill cuts through your clothing, raising goose flesh all over your body. Goose flesh? I'm guessing they mean goosebumps, but I've never heard that expression. Where's that coming from? There's another blast of cold, and the pale, imposing woman materializes out of thin air. A throng of blank-faced men and women materialize alongside her. Ah, the little dog who's been sniffing around Neville Ma's affairs. Her voice is imperious, arrogant. Do I know you, lady? Oh yeah, she's a fucking vampire, look at her. No, but you will soon. Have you found what you were looking for, little dog? Money? Secrets? Or perhaps you want to just extort little Neville? No matter, you are mine. What are you talking about? Ma gave me the code to his front door. We're friends. I think not. If you were Neville's friend, I'd know you. I am Kufeng. Neville Ma is my lover and servant. I will not permit you to harm him. So in Shadowrun, vampires are just a different strain of the same virus that makes ghouls. I mean, it makes sense. I couldn't be less interested in hurting. We did promise the chef. This is tricky. I couldn't be less interested in hurting Neville, lady. I'm just here to finish a job. If that's true, then it is a shame. You'll see my face and you know what I am. Naturally, I cannot allow you to leave. And you can't afford to fight me here for fear of police involvement. Perhaps we could settle this in a more civilized manner. A face-off in a neutral location? Will you accept my challenge? Ah, a duel at midnight. Works for me. Very well. As for the terms, if I win, you will willingly submit to my influence. You will become my pawn. And you? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Wait 15 minutes for the sun to go down, then come to the roof. We'll settle this there like gentlemen and ladies. Oh, we're already here. The sun dips below the horizon. Mists coalesce, coating from the rooftop in dew. Ku Feng and her co-hosts approach. Are you prepared to become my servant, troll? You must not resist or I'll be forced to kill you. Should it come to that, I'll endeavor to make it swift and painless, but no promises. Not gonna happen.
Unfortunately for you, I'm standing on a ley line. Haha! Wait a second. Ooh.
This will be entertaining. Kill her! So the question is, how are you supposed to avoid this fight? Also, what am I supposed to do? Wow, I have a lot of fucking move, actually. Civilian. What if we just bull rushed Ku Feng? Oh, Gobbet, why do you have to be out in the fucking open? Ugh. God, I want to give her haste so bad. Yeah, fuck it, let's ball. Give combo haste. This is such a bad idea, leaving Gobbet out in the open. Also, Isabelle here is going to be really interesting. Can I do this? Nice. It's actually pretty good. What if we just beanbag that bitch? Wow, that did no AP damage. What the fuck? Oh, this is gonna be such a fucking bad idea. Boy, howdy. Here we go. I got a sword now. Wow, she's durable as shit. Holy crap. Oh, that hit my AP. What the fuck? How the hell is Isabelle flanked? Man, I'm doing like no fucking damage to her. This is wild. There we go. That's the numbers I want to see. Can I continue to strip her armor is the question. Sure can. Though I don't know if that's a permanent affair or not. That Oni guard filleted you. Yeah, that's gonna be awkward, not gonna lie. Ooh, that was quite the miss, Isabel. What is wound 16? Yeah, we could heal that. And get over here. Also, knowing Duncan can't... Line of sight blocked for Duncan. That's really awkward. There we go. I wish I was a better shot. I wish I had more options to shoot. That nerve pinch is doing us some fucking work.
Oh, can nerve pinch.
Gotta figure out what to do with Isabel. Also, these fucking cover it. These cover AP damages to the big heals. That's really brutal. That would be 2 AP to do that, which is a bum fucking rap. Regrettably, this fight is kind of mandatory, but not that hard either. None of Kufang's mooks have anything nastier than pistols. And I feel like you want a bum rusher, but also the civilian with the sword is like the real problem.
Normal person, get him.
Oh god, that did like nothing. Well, at least we hit her. What's Gobbet gonna do? Oh, I guess we could summon a totem. That'd be a good idea. Oh, we killed the civilian, fuck. Wait, I surrender, don't kill me. Spare a vampire? I don't think so. To the death, huh? That's the way it's gonna be, then so be it. As she continues to punch the shit out of me. Oh, wow, that killed me.
He tried not dying.
That sword's a real motherfucker. Let's get over the Vulcan nerve pinch. And miss entirely, good job. Here's a good idea, grenade! Missing entirely.
I got the... You got the nerve pinch, but I got the nerve crush.
Also, did they just kill my totem? Wow, they just deleted my totem. That's fucked up. May need to work on your aim. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I still have haste up. Interesting. Oh, do we actually have to kill every other civilian? That'd be really bad if we have to. Beanbag this guy. Even though it didn't really do much. Gobbet's in trouble. Oh, I think Gobbet's out, actually. Do we have a revive? Oh god, we gotta finish this in 3, because Gobbet's down. I wish I'd known that all the kills were mandatory.
Catch you at home, feeling rather peckish.
Also, how did he have cover against my fist?
Ducked.
God, this has been a right mess, good lord. I might have to restart just to readdress the fight, because this is kind of a bum rap that we have to deal with this. I thought if we just kill the vampire, we would get away scot. We would, like, I don't know, stop their brainwashing or something?
It turns out they weren't brainwashed, they were actually just paid to do this.
It's starting to seem like that's the case.
You bastard, you killed our boss. Now how are we gonna get paid?
Also, man, our damage output's fucking low. Also, God, they're critting all over the place. What the fuck?
The Worker's Fury buff.
1 body, 1 strength, 1 pill power. Probably have to take that next turn to figure this out. Should probably get to Duncan, because this is dire. Oh my god, you people, come on. Give Duncan what? No, Gobbet, please. Give Duncan accuracy. Also, what is Duncan's wound? I think 10's the best heal we're gonna get. Oh, jeez, we have to finish this now, I think, which would be a real problem. I hope Isabel getting KO'd here doesn't fuck up the mission or anything. Also, I have been thoroughly unimpressed by this sword, I gotta say. Yeah, I don't know if she's out of the mission or if she's dead-ass dead. I don't think it's going to be the latter, but we'll see.
Play in a physical adept, which is at 0 hit percentage.
Yeah, no kidding. This sword was a real humdinger, I gotta say.
I'm trained in the martial arts of fisticuffs.
Here's
But
my
now I
sword.
have this tool sword. Eh.
Let's get over here. Can Duncan just punch the rest of the HP out of this woman? There we go. Well, that was extremely awkward, and I don't think we're getting paid.
It's a shame you can't loot the bodies. Think about all the money you could have made from whatever that Lich had on their body.
I know, right? You need to talk to her. Are you referring to the vampire? Because admittedly, I didn't think it would be to the death. Yeah, let's reload that fight. Quest marker's pointing you at it. Is it? I thought she was gone. I didn't see any.
Oh, thou hast slain me. Laying down and pretending to be dead.
No, the quest is pointing to the elevator here. Like, she's fucking juice right now, dude.
Say before you reload, maybe we just make an extra save just in case.
Well, the problem is if I leave, I'm gonna get auto-saved out. I kind of missed the opportunity to load for the fight. Wait, 7:35. Oh god, how far back was our last autosave? I think it might have been the beginning of the mission. Uh-oh. Also, let's turn on the ambient noise. Because I don't think Moonlight Sonata's coming in anymore. Oh, we're probably in hella trouble. The clink of glasses and sound of Neville Ma's party fade into the distance as you leave Repulse Bay. As the MTR carries you towards Haoi, the mountains of Hong Kong Island roll by as looming masses obscured by rain and storm clouds. While Penelope Wong is still attached to promises and moonlight, the circumstances surrounding Neville Ma's recovery should provide plenty of fodder for Dr. Sheyong's blackmail plans. With Ku Feng dead, Ma will find himself without his most powerful ally and unable to protect himself from Shen Yang. I think we're too far to time crime, because I'm pretty sure the autosave just kicked in. Yeah. We would basically have to redo everything if we wanted to do that. I don't think I'm willing to worry about that. Your Kong link trips, it's kindly Cheng. Hello? Hello, darling. Come see me at once. I have found something I want to show you. Your crew is already here. You sound excited. Oh yes, yes I am. I'll see you shortly. I think she found something big. Sadly, we're not getting the bonus because I didn't try to work out a deal with Wong, but hey. Dr. Sheyang greets ya in name of all producers. How'd the shindig go? Did you know that Nymphal had a vampire ally? You explain the night's events from start to finish. As you speak, Shenyang's face grows even more incredulous until finally his mouth is left hanging halfway open. He slowly places a cigar in a nearby ashtray and shakes his head in disbelief. Well, ain't that a story and a half? Good thing you killed the bloodsucker. Hong Kong's dangerous enough without vampires running around biting actors and producers. I should put a crimp in Ma's business, even if they still has Wong. I bet getting fed vampire blood's pretty addicting. That's what the Sims say, anyway. Oh, dude. I think we just drank vampire blood. Alright, kid, I'll send your payment to your Matrix drop. You earned it. Glad to be of help. Dr. Shinyan's about to speak, but his comm begins with a buzz. Irritated, he answers and switches to speaker mode. Yeah, who is it? What do you want? Hello, Shen Yang. I just wanted to let you know that I've released Penelope Wong from her contract. If you're still interested, she's all yours. Also, I hope your business is doing alright. I heard you had some problems with cash flow. If you need a loan, I'd be happy to help. You don't sound too mad, Nev. What's the catch? You must have the next big thing lined up already. Oh, Doctor, there's no need for it. Do you know why I keep winning our little contests and you always have to play catch-up? It's because you think people like Miss Wong actually matter. They don't. Stars are crafted, molded out of talent, yes, but ultimately constructed. With enough time and effort, anyone could be made into a star. It's just a matter of manipulating public perception. Maybe so, but I got her now, and your show's dead in the water without a star. What do you think of that, huh? I think I'm gonna do what every good soap producer would do. Write your character out with a tragic death and bring in someone new. You labor under the misapprehension that viewers have loyalty. They don't. They only have appetite. As long as you chase stars like Wong, you will lose. Don't be afraid to think bigger, Doctor. Reach for the drama, not the dramatists. For the next 30 seconds, Dr. Shenyang releases a stream of violently imaginative incentives at his phone. Even Strangler Bao looks taken aback by the ferocity of his anger and incentiveness of the sexual positions that he describes. Finally, he takes a deep breath and composes himself. That dirty little weasel insulted my creative like that. A nerve. Go on, kid, we're done here. Thanks for your help, but I gotta get going. I gotta go talk to a guy about buying a bunch of snakes. I can't believe our mission didn't mean fucking anything. Did we at least get paid? Because I spent a lot of money on a sword I'm super disappointed in.
You got the most powerful thing of all. XP.
True, we did get some karma. Also, I'll be back in a sec. I gotta pee real quick. Ooh, much better. Pretty sure there's an alternate ending, but I forget how. Have you invested much in melee or close combat? I think we've been kind of balancing out at the moment. I forget where we're at stat-wise. We are at willpower 5 but key 4. Strength 5 but close combat 4. Oh, I wonder if it's because I don't have melee weapons leveled up. Close combat calculates the hit chance. Unarmed increases chance of scoring a critical hit while using punches and kicks. Yeah, we're at melee and unarmed 0, but like punches are doing better on its own because of the thing, because of the stuff we have. I don't know if chi casting has anything that affects weapons. Lightning strike, mystic armor, pain resistance, martial defense. Problem is we're not going to be getting a martial defense too, I think. There are unarmed weapons in this too. Oh, like fists and shit? I think for now, I think I'm gonna go for unarmed, honestly. Mainly because I love the idea of A, punching people to death, and B, not having to spend money on weapons as a necessity. So we'll boost unarmed for now. Then sell that sword. That very sad sword. Sorry about the delay. What's up, Kindly Sheng? As you walk through the Mahjong parlor, you see your crew waiting for you, clearly uncomfortable to be so close to the Triad boss. Then you see why. Kindly Cheng's cheeks are flushed and glowing. She's already hit the bottle pretty hard. Ah, Combo, you're here. Excellent. Yes, it is good to see you. They both have expressions that show that they'd rather be anywhere else. Let's get to it, shall we? You said you have a lead, Auntie? I did, and I do. Kindly Cheng takes out her PDA and gently places it at the table in front of her. The wiretap we placed on the police force has bore fruit. Her mouth breaks into a wolfish grin. Her eyes take on a feral gleam. She appears fueled by alcohol and vengeance, a hungry beast on the hunt. My people have delivered a snippet of a recorded video call between the plastic-faced man and Chief Inspector Crate of the Special Duties Unit. Yes, Chef Inspector. Whoa. This should be good. Should we take a seat? Unfortunately, it's only a snippet. There are some technical difficulties with the tap. The person responsible has been sacked. Shen reaches out a lacquered fingernail, hunts for the button she's looking for, and stabs it in victory. There's a loud cracking noise at the beginning of the recording, followed by a squelching squeal that makes Gobbet cover her ears in pain. When the video recording begins, the man's voice sounds far away, as if he's talking through a thick pane of glass. The woman is louder, closer. Say that again? There's something wrong with this line. I said my client isn't interested in hearing more excuses, Inspector. That's what I thought you said. I'm not making excuses, mister. I have a department to run. Not for much longer. If those two Westerners aren't found, they'll link this... Not for much longer. If those two Westerners aren't found, they're linked to this Raymond Black somehow. My client wants them out of circulation immediately. Those two runners had accomplices too, the little orc and the dwarf of the cyber deck. Gobbet looks at Isabel wide-eyed and swallows hard. Isabel winks back reassuringly. I'm aware, Inspector. Thank you. We don't know how much any of them know, and my client is adamant that the risk must be mitigated immediately. I've already made this the SDU's highest priority. If Josephine wants more resources on it, I'm going to need allocations from elsewhere in the department. That is a problem that could be easily dealt with. My client wants this over now. No more excuses, no more fuck-ups. No more cops floating in the river. When did we kill cops? Kindly Ching smiles at that and pours herself a shot. Tell her we're redoubling our efforts. Very good. Dead or alive, after you bring them to me. My client requires my personal verification that the threat has been eliminated. Hang on, is this line getting worse? As a sharp crackle and recording ends, Kylie Chen picks up her PDA and puts it away with a smile. She unscrews the cap of her bottle and pours herself a shot with a flourish. That's the guy we saw in the surveillance footage. I want to kill Raymond Black. That plastic face looks a lot cooler close up. I think it's kind of pretty. That video doesn't tell us much. I mean, we already know there's an APB out on us. All we're sure of now is that the man with the plastic face is definitely working for someone else. Some Josephine. Is that all we have, Auntie? Just a first name? It's not just a first name, Gobbet dear. It is the first name. Josephine Sang. She's the one pulling the strings. Kindly downs her shot and slams the glass upside down on the table. That disease-riddled dog fucker. I should have known it was her from the beginning. And she has the nerve to call down the heat on my runners, on Nightjar. Oh, that scabrous fossil's going to pay. I don't recognize the name. She is the CEO of Sang Medical Services and a member of the Hong Kong Executive Council. Josephine Dogfucker Sang. What's Song Mechanical Services? Oh, it's Mechanical Services, not medical. Josephine's baby. It was a B-rated corporation before she married into the Sang family. But after she fought for it and won the contract to rebuild Kowloon, their fortunes rose high. They began a rise to power that eventually landed Josephine on the Executive Council. Walled City. The Walled City. Yes, the same place Raymond Black hired my runners to take him. I have already connected the dots. I don't know what it means, but it means something. CEO, huh? What do you know about her? She was Hong Kong's Philanthropist of the Year in 2054 and 55. Children's hospitals, homeless shelters, food distribution centers. Good causes. And the kind that gets good PR because people are too lazy and myopic to look for the real people doing the hard work. The face-to-face with the poor work. Don't be so cynical, Isobel. Coming face-to-face with the unsanitized for video poor is distasteful, dear. You know that. Beyond being a CEO and a philanthropist, I also know that Josephine Sang is a lying, conniving bitch. Sounds like you two have a history. Whatever gave you that impression, my sweet? Yes, I don't like Josephine Sang, and I'm going to fuck her up bad. Oh, this should be good. It would be delicious, and I may explain why someday, but not today. But when I finally get there, you'll be there, darling. I'll make it a party. Well then, let's cut to the chase. What's our next step? There's nothing we can do to touch Josephine Sang, as much as I hate to admit it. But the plastic-faced man is a different story. He's a third-party operative who's been careless, and he'll live to regret it. For a while. If Sang thinks she could take out two of my runners and get away with it, I'm going to have to explain things to her. We're going to find the plastic-faced man, and we are going to hurt him. We're going to hurt him until we know everything he does. And then we'll use that to strike back at Sang. You will have your vengeance, and I will have my own satisfaction. Now, get out. I have work to do. I do find it very funny that Gaichu and Ractor got roped into this, even though they are absolutely not part of of her team. It's like, everybody in the boat, get the fuck in here. I'm drunk and want attention. Also, I need to do some shopping. Also, maybe I shouldn't buy the magic yet, just by merit of, I don't have the key casting for it. Also, we should get that money that we are owed. Check your inboxes for new messages. Oh, I guess... No, we gotta go to the other thing here. Jobs director is what we're looking for. Good work. Here's the money. God, only 1,000? That's fucking nothing. Also, I believe we have a dream sequence. You wake with a start. Once again, you're tangled in your sheets, drenched in sweat. Your throat feels like it's on fire. You can't remember what your dreams were about. Not precisely, but then again, you feel that yearning sensation. The emptiness in your gut, in your chest. Your head throbbing. You heave yourself out of bed. That didn't tell us much. I think we've covered all of this. What'd you think of the last run? Well, let me ponder that. We crashed a fancy party, disturbed the who's who of the Hong Kong trivia scene, and fought a fucking vampire. We killed it, so that's something, but we didn't get that one girl fired, and that was kind of the point of the run. I don't know. I guess I just preferred the simplicity of being a cop. Poor Duncan. He doesn't know what to think anymore. What's up, Gobbet? Gobbet looks up at you from a dented tin of oysters at the sound of your approach. Her rats scurry from her hips to her shoulders. Two sets of beady red eyes fix themselves on you. Hey, oyster? Yeah, sure, fuck it. You pop the rubbery wad of flesh in your mouth and chew. An explosion of lukewarm brine is your reward. Good, right? Half-repressed memories of dumpster diving and the Baron's dance a merry jig in your brain as the mangled oyster slides down your throat. I've eaten worse. Exactly right. Might not be fine dining, but this is seafood and is made of soy. That makes it good in my book. So, what can I do for you? What'd you think of the last run? Man, if every jockey was going around fancy parties and stealing their food and booze, I'd be a happy camper. I don't understand why those trid types get in their weird rivalries, but it shows hell won't turn down money. I wish we could have gotten Wong fired, but I guess killing a vampire is a better plan. They're dangerous as hell and doubly so when paired with a rich guy. With her out of Ma's life, he's gonna have a hard time directly defending himself against whatever Shen Yang has planned. You said you'd teach me how to be a better Shadowrunner, and, well, I'm here to collect. Still remember, huh? I just sort of assumed you'd laugh that off. No dice, wizened mentor. You offered, now pay up. Okay, how about this? I'll tell you a story about a run gone bad, and you tell me what you'd have done in the runner's place, and we'll compare notes. How does that sound? You tell me. You're the teacher here, remember? Right. Sounds good. Of course it does, so that's what we'll do. She sweeps back a tangled rope of hair out of her eyes and back over one pointed ear. After a moment of silent contemplation, she bites her lip and nods. Okay, so this is a story from early in my career. I was part of a team here in Hong Kong, but I did some occasional moonlighting for another group based in Macau. I was a busy kid. Early in your career, what were you, like 12? You say that like I couldn't have been. When I was 12, I could have destroyed you. Also, I was 16, practically an adult. You grow up fast. Anyway, the job was a hit on this tower, sort of a Trid multiplex slash apartment complex. I'm sure they got them in Seattle too, you know the kind. 7 huge screens, monster concession stand, coffin apartments on top like barnacles on a whale. I lived in one for a while. Every time they'd show an action movie, the walls would shake. Yep, that'll happen. Our client wanted us to break into one of those apartments. The story was that an ex of hers, a guy named Boggs, lived there. She'd been cooped up with him for about a week prior, and then things went sour in a big way. She wanted us to get back some things that Bog kept when he kicked her out. Scared the shit out of him, bloodied him up a bit, made it look like a robbery. You know the drill. I pulled a few jobs like myself back then when I lived in Barrens. It was pretty bush league, but the pay was decent enough. Not the sort of thing you'd turn down. So, anyway, Sibilance, that was our group leader, had a plan. We knew we had to go in quiet because the Metroplex had a panic system wired directly to the HKPF. If we went in shooting, we'd have been drowning in cops in 10 minutes. So, we thought we could take advantage of the apartment's terrible soundproofing and kick in Boggs' door when the movie got loud. We'd camp near his doorway, wait for the ceiling to start raining plaster, and smash our way in. Doesn't sound like a bad plan. Well, it had the virtue of being simple, I'll give it that. But that didn't stop things from going, the way they did. So we waited in the hall, just like Sibilance's plan. We had a guy in the elevator and another at the stairs. I was waiting by the floor's communal kitchen. Sib took positions by the door. She had these cyber legs that she dumped a ton of Nuyen into. Hydraulic jacks, strength enhancements, the works. Girl could probably leg press a dump truck. Come to think of it, most of her plans involved kicking things. There's something a little sad about that. Hey, if that's her thing, I wouldn't question it. Yeah, you're kind of supportive. Me, I'd have preferred to work with someone without her head instead of her legs. Anyway, we heard a boom from downstairs, felt the walls shake with the reverb. Sib wheeled back and gave the door a massive kick just as she planned. From where I was standing, I couldn't really see what happened next. I heard a massive crack as her boot slammed into the Duraplast. The door flew off its hinges. Exploded off might be a more accurate phrase. A second later, we heard an ungodly crash. There was a moment of silence. Then Sib let out a little gasp. The apartment was in shambles. It looked like a hurricane had hit. Everything was trashed. Everything but the door, which was miraculously in one piece. Remember that this was a coffin apartment. It wasn't much wider than the door was to begin with. And Boggs, well, what was left of him was under the door, too. Well, you got the roughing him up part done, right? Yeah, unfortunately he wound up a lot rougher than he was supposed to. The door did a little bit of a number on him, ribs sticking out of the skin, that kind of thing. It was a bloody mess. So, yeah, Boggs was killed. The stuff he'd been sent to the apartment to recover had been smashed to bits, and the building alarm went off. So that's the situation. Our payday smashed, my temporary teammates all standing around with stupid looks on their face. Cops coming, I'm standing by the kitchen. What would you have done in my place?
Oh.
What? What? Oh, what's the decision here? I think I would say damage control. I would have looked for blackmail material to protect myself from a soon-to-be very angry client. Fair. Well, that isn't what I did, but I don't think it didn't. But don't think the thought that didn't cross my mind. So, what did you do? The first thing that popped into my head. This is a lesson to remember, Seattle. The first answer that you come up with is almost always the best one you're gonna have, so just roll with it. Don't second guess yourself, don't hesitate, just act. You'll live longer that way. As for what I did that night, well, I was standing by a kitchen, remember? I could have cut and run. I looked like any other street kid and I'd have blended in. But instead, I decided to stay and help my team. When I think crowded theater, I think place where you can't shout fire because it'll cause a panic. And then I thought cops don't charge into burning buildings. They help people get out of them. And as it happens, I had the meals to create a real, genuine fire sitting across from me. A pair of industrial ovens. You set the building on fire? I encouraged it to burn. Opened the gas vents wide, set the range on a timer, and motored back into the hallway. The others started an argument amongst themselves. I told them to snap out of it and followed me down the lobby. We had to clear the hallway before the errant spark took out the whole floor. Unfortunately, the rest of the group wouldn't listen. Sib and the rest of the team were too busy arguing about the relative terms of merits of her let's kick things really hard and see what happens tactical system to want anything to do with me. I shouted back at them that the kitchen was going to explode and continued down the hallway. Just as I planned, I got out in one piece. So did every single one of the people in the multiplex. My fire plan worked beautifully. If the rest of the team had listened to me, they might have gotten out of the building too. Kind of a bummer they didn't, but that last run turned out... At least the run turned out well for me. How? Well, I didn't collect any pay because the run was a disaster. But after the explosion, I got to ride in front of a fire truck and they gave me cookies and a blanket. I wound up dating one of the firemen a few weeks later. All things considered, it could have gone a lot worse. Gob claps her hands together and rubs them, a satisfied look on her face. So, tell me, what's the moral of the story? What am I trying to convey? Go with your gut, I guess? That's right. Trust your impulses and don't be afraid to wing it. Almost any action is better than none at all. Once you commit to doing something, you gotta follow it through. No argument or hand-wringing, just do it. If you get caught in your own head, agonizing over past mistakes, well, don't be surprised if you wind up dead. A kitchen fire can take you down as easily as a cop's bullet if you stand around and let it. Are you certain that Sibilance and the rest of the Macau team are dead? They weren't with me when I got evacuated with the rest of the moviegoers. Never saw him leave the building and haven't heard from him since. This is your reminder that Gobbet is 19, so her brain's not fully formed. I mean, she's an adult by orc standards. So she says. I guess it's possible that someone made it, but I don't really run in those circles anymore. Odds are good that if anyone from the Macau team did survive, they'd have died off by now from sheer incompetence. Shadowrun is kind of an unforgivable business. You don't get to make too many mistakes. Did any of that stuff actually happen, or did you just make it up? Seattle, I'm hurt. It all went down exactly like I said it did. Well, except for the embellishments here and there, but they make for a better story, artistic license and all that. Gobbet leans back and stifles a yawn. Madness and folly dart up her left shoulder and lock their beady eyes on you. I had to break it to you, but I'm beat. It's been a long day. Lesson's over for now. We'll pick it up next time. Alright, I'll catch you next time. Yeah, sounds good. I'll have your next lesson ready and waiting too. Scurry along now. Your mentor needs her rest. Gobbet is so fucking fun to talk to. Just an absolute fucking dork. Combo, need something? Thoughts on the last run? I have to admit, I had a lot more fun in Repulse Bay than I thought I would. Parties aren't really my thing, and I'd rather be slicing IC than cake. But how many people can say they went on a run to blackmail a rich guy and ended up fighting a vampire? Nobody on Shadowlands would believe me if I told them the story. Not even a Lil. I don't get why Shen Yang hired Shadowrunners, though. There's a dozen better ways to blackmail Ma. Get a Decker to plant evidence of embezzling, hire the Triads to crash a set and intimidate the crew, burn down a soundstage or two. The way I figure, he wanted to hire us because he's friends with Ma. It's a messed up friendship, but it's there. You know, at first I thought we made the wrong move in killing the vampire. We could have gotten her to fire Penelope Wong, got more money out of Shen Yang. Then I thought, you know what? Good fucking riddance. Vampires are bad news. Ghouls might eat dead people, but vampires kill living prey. So yeah, any opportunity to get one of those off the street, I think it's the right call. Good on you. I'd like to get to know you better. Oh, right, she doesn't really do small talk. I don't know when she opens up with her backstory. But I gotta check my forum posts. Poor old Cassandra's a doom scroller, gotta figure out what's going on in forums. I think you just need to keep trying. Oh, just like keep repeatedly poking the small talk one? Or do I have to like explore the other pathways? Did we get pay data? We did, the construction plan. Sweet! I think we get this money after the next mission. The usual exhaust dialogue thing. Ah, okay. Because I know we got gobbets, because that's what the lesson plan is. Looking for Decker. Looking for experienced Decker for a discreet milk run on a low-level corporate lab. Potential for a long-term arrangement. We've been a team that's been together for years. This sounds familiar. Requirements: you must not take experimental stims during runs and have a good sense of humor. Wait. Weren't you just looking for a Decker a little while back? I saw your ad, but I was wrapping up a one-time run with an old partner. I'd be interested in meeting. Isn't Muffet Top Ninja your physical ad? Did someone call my name? Hey, MTN, long time no beer. We gotta catch up, Sensei. Bring me on as your Decker. I guess the kid who answered your last ad didn't work out? Oh, that's an understatement. I think we could count on you to not consume any drugs during runs, specifically drugs that were part of the payload. Fatal experimental drugs that were part of the payload. Ooh, ouch. That's not even a rookie error, it's just a lack of common sense. Real shame that. Anyway, I'm glad you're back on board, Runs. We're not going to have a problem with you. They're going to have a problem with runs with scissors, aren't they? Want to trade eyes. I acquired a huge supply of cutting-edge eyeballs. My fence did a runner, so I got eyes up to my eyeballs, as it were. Make me an offer. They got the whole 9 yards, 2010 vision, camera, low light, thermographic modes, one size fits all, sold in pairs, box set. Colors brown, blue, violet, hazel, green, green flecked with gold, chrome. And you gotta install them yourself. Trade you some Ranger Arms SM3, comes with a matching briefcase. Deal, message me. Can I swap you my old Cyber Eyes for a new set? Seriously? Anything but that. Can I buy a blue one and a brown one? No, but you could buy 2 pairs. Sheesh. Uncle Say's House of Pork. If anyone ever has the hankering to go to Uncle Say's House of Pork, I can only say one thing. For the love of all that is holy, don't. I haven't been able to leave my house in 2 days. The only reason I could post on here is because of the RES overdrive on my deck. What did you eat? Maybe you were unlucky. All I had was some shumai and ribs. It's pretty basic and hard to mess up. Unlucky is when I get a bad orange at the market. This isn't unlucky, this is something else. This is some vile gastrointestinal sorcery. Oh my god, I only ate there once. I still have nightmares. I feel like I'd eaten a wasp's nest if the wasps were made of rusty razors and on fire. I thought I was clever when I was getting the pulled pork sandwich there. Nope. Aside from basically being a pile of congealed sludge and the bread being moldy, it was a week before I could hold down anything more solid than Kong Yi. What are y'all, a bunch of children? Yeah, the kitchen's dirty, but I've eaten there dozens of times, and not once have I gotten sick. Grow up and learn to eat adult food. Shut the fuck up, Gobbit. Wait a second. Aren't you the person who was raving about the food cart in the corner of Kimberly and Observatory? You told me to get the yuzu glazed horse tripe. Yeah, how'd you like it? Pretty good, huh? If good by mean the consistency of tar and old tires, yes. The tripe must have been a week or more old, and I'm pretty sure it smelled rot once the initial citrus blast wore off. Take note that this user's advice on food is not to be trusted. Oh good, reading that actually got me to push past the RAS override. Now my deck's covered in vomit. Thanks guys, and I mean it. Nothing I love more than being sick and disgusted. Why would you browse food posting when you're fucking food poisoned? Walled City embezzlement history. I'm uploading another Walled City report. Oh, this is Isabel. I'm uploading another Walled City report. This one, from just after they built it. I ended up digging into the history of the place. It's just archival plain text. Consolidated Press, Hong Kong desk. Song Medical Services was again accused in a joint lawsuit headed by Wuxing Incorporated of embezzling hundreds of millions of new yen during the construction of the Walled City Low-Income Housing Project. To show food poisoning whose boss of this gym. Yeah, the food poisoning. The plaintiff has filed an official complaint on Monday stating that construction contractors have been heavily pressured by Song to use cheap construction techniques, while kickbacks, graft, and misrouting of funds caused several hundred million new yen to vanish. Song's legal team strenuously objected to the accusations, citing lack of proof and corporation's own damaged fortunes. Legal team spokesman Li Qisheng had this to say. The Walled City contract was a disaster for my client. The project was sabotaged at every turn by union activists and compelling corporations. TMS struggled heroically to complete the project despite this interference. These parties have now added insult to injury by fabricating charges of maleficence based on the very obstacle by which they themselves have created. This has truly become the theater of the absurd. Is it true? According to Consolidated Press financial analyst Gertrude Schoen, it seems unlikely. Sung has struggled financially since the Walled City project. Song stock, ticker symbol TMQ, Hong Kong Tokyo Exchange, is trading at around 40% of its peak, which it just received after the Walled City contract 4 years ago. Malfeasance, okay. Yeah, I really should have my eyes on when doing this. Although investigators have indicated there is evidence to possible misconduct, no misappropriated funds have been found. And CEO Josephine Tong recently sold her Victoria Peak estate, citing financial difficulties. If TMS or the Song family have benefited from stolen Walled City funds, they're not showing it. Ms. Song could not be reached for comment. Huh. I always thought the Song rocketed this to success on the back of the Walled City. They sure trumpet that in their PR. Yep, it's a brilliant piece of historical revisionism. The Walled City was a huge loss of face at the time, but somehow they rebranded the whole fiasco as over the last couple of decades. Maybe their underbidding made them seem like a real sucker and brought in contracts. Isabel, I find the fact that you posted a financial article to be charming. Wait, Prism, did you just hit on Isabel? Amanita's gonna skin you. No, that's just WP. He's incapable of flirting. Would you date a woman named Amanita and then try to charm someone else on the BBS? WP is just an aggro mentat with a poor social filter. You two must have an interesting relationship. Let's just say we radically complement each other. Weird. Okay. I should talk with Gaichu and Ractor. You mentioned that the Second Euro War was the thing that sparked off by the AFA. Who were they? Ah, yes, I suppose that you wouldn't know. They were only active for the years surrounding the conflict, after all. The AFA was the Alliance for Allah, serving under Mullah Saeed Jazir, a coalition of right-wing Middle Eastern governments that is assembled after the failure, some say sabotage, of the United Islamic Conference. They looked for a weakened Europe and saw an opportunity, one that my country was entirely responsible for creating. So the AFA invaded Europe, but Russia was really to blame? Yes, I cannot blame the AFA for acting as they did. Ultimately, they chose the same path that any hawkish power would have taken. Given the circumstances, I'd have been foolish for them not to. My country, on the other hand, was guilty as sin. We were the ones who blazed the trail. So, what happened? How did the war end? The AFA folded in 1937 after Jazir's assassination. A lucky thing for us, too. The body count could have been a great deal higher. In the years that they were active, the AFA gave us a hell of a fight. Why did you move from Russia to Berlin? When we first met, I told you that I parted ways with Gershon Avakor under unfortunate circumstances, yes? You did mention it. These same circumstances led me to Berlin. I was wronged, and I would not find recourse in Russia. I suppose there's no sense in being vague. I'll tell you the story if you want to hear it. Yeah, lay it on me, buddy. You may remember the self-repair system I mentioned the first time we met. The module that allowed Kostche, or any sufficiently equipped drone, to repair itself. I told you that my research had been lost. That was not strictly true. It was stolen by a pair of colleagues who I had long considered friends. They were researchers from my old job. They turned against me, stole our work. In truth, my work, and defected. They betrayed you, huh? Yes, driven by desperation, no doubt. And ambition. They had always been fixated on getting out of Russia. Gershon Avakor was a nationalized corporation, and they would never get rich as cogs in a government-controlled machine. In that project, they saw the key to breaking away and earning their fortunes, never mind the fact that I was opposed to the idea. And so they took what was mine and left me with nothing. Do you have any leads of where they might have gone? Yes, they too had long spoken about moving to Berlin. Such was true of a great many academics in Russia. My homeland is a bureaucratic dictatorship, you see. There is little personal freedom, and there are many rules to be followed. As you might imagine, the stable anarchy of the flux state can be an alluring concept to those who have lived under totalitarian rule. Berlin is much romanticized back home. Makes sense. If you spend your life tied up in bureaucracy, you could do worse than moving someplace with no rules. Oh, the flux state has rules, my friend. They aren't codified, but they certainly exist. Should you ever travel there, you would do best to remember that. But I digress. In the hunt for traitorous colleagues, Berlin was my only lead. I decided I would travel there. At best I would find them, at the worst it would be a good place to rebuild my life. There's a squeal of tortured metal as Koshe drags his claws on the iron grating that covers the floor. Raptor glances down at the drone and it goes calm. He takes a deep breath and continues. It took me over a year to locate my former friends. It was a long, painstaking search. But I was nothing if not determined. I had finally found evidence that they'd used my research as a bargaining chip to secure a position at Ares, and that they were here in Hong Kong. And so you come to Haoi. I picked up and left the next day. My old team was upset to be sure. Lucky Strike in particular howled for my blood. But I knew where my priorities lie, and so here I am. And here they are. And soon I will be ready to act. I really must thank you for inviting me into the team. Your abilities will be invaluable when the time finally comes to make my move. Assuming, of course, that you'd be willing to help. Of course, when you're ready, say the word. Thank you, my friend. But that is a discussion for another day. We aren't ready to hit an Ares facility yet, and there's more intelligence to gather before we make our move. When the time comes, I'll let you know. We'll cover more of this next time. Because I do want to get another mission running. What do we got? Geomantic sabotage, urgent task, restaurant job, Auntie Cheng and Josephine. Is this plot? Because I don't know if we get an opportunity to, like, delay this or not. What is restaurant job? One of the things I learned over the years is that even the rich and powerful have annoyances. Thorns in their side, if you will. No one is without trouble, the rich just have different ways of solving them. The client for this run has grown tired of one of these particular thorns in his side. Chung Sing Rooster Lo. Lo is a red pole from one of the smaller triads here in Hong Kong in the 289, or the Easy Money Gang, if you prefer. Despite the 289's small stature, Lo's illegal activities have managed to do damage to the client's profits. You just need to burn time as if it were till you could do the plastic face man thing. Yeah, we just got an email for Josephine and another name, but like, I wasn't sure if that was a mission or not, especially since last time when we opened an email, we were just given a mission. Mr. Johnson would like you to help him show Lo the error of his ways. Lo takes an evening every few months to dine at the Shangri-La restaurant at Aberdeen. If you aren't aware, the Shangri-La is an elite establishment serving primarily corporate clientele from Wuxing Incorporated. Because of this, it's not unusual for diners to bring bodyguards or assistants with them. In Lo's case, he brings a particularly brutish enforcer known as the Talon, and undoubtedly feels very well protected. You are going to prove just how wrong he is. You are to kidnap Rooster Lo, so long as he is alive and in good health. All options are on the table. While keeping the run quiet would make things easier for Mr. Johnson, no one will shed too many tears for a few dead triad thugs. The client has arranged an exit via boat so long as you could get Lo from the interior to the restaurant docks, the client will handle everything else. Despite being a red pole, Lo is a tactician, not a fighter. Don't expect him to put up much of a fight. The Talon, on the other hand, is as nasty as they come. Be careful of how you confront him, or things may go very badly. This game warns you before a point of no return. Ah, okay. I'll let the client know you've accepted the job. By the time you arrive at Shangri-La, the boat will be waiting. Right, I used all those wonderful supplies I had a while ago. Huh. Well, time to restock. By restock first, I mean sell this sword. It ain't doing me any favors. God. I don't even think we're getting half back. Ugh. I do need to get to this, though. This seems super important. But we need casting 6, so that's, complicated. Give me medical. Man, I find myself using a lot more medical supplies in this game than Dragonfall. I don't know if it's because this is harder or if I'm just making some really poor decisions. Can I get new armor? I don't know. Would be nice. I'm tired of getting shot. Oh god, Spider Shen's boat is so far away. Outfits. I guess kinda. We have the Renraku, we have the Kunai ninja suit. Honestly, I'm gonna need all the armor I could get, cause this shit's kinda dire. And let's sell our other outfit. Check to see if she has the unarmed weapons. She has a spiked fist. She also has the punching dagger, but I need close combat 5 for that. Also, don't mind me on that. I'm just like going with my gut there. I don't know if I'm correct or not. I guess it wouldn't hurt to have a little extra damage. What do I look like now with this armor? Ah, this... Oh, what is this vibe? Like, this reminds me of something, I just don't know what. Foot soldier. Yeah, kinda, but it's more like the plasteel plating is very familiar. Oh god, don't remind me of fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They were playing like all 5 of the theme songs on loop at the game store this weekend because Magic released a Ninja Turtles set this weekend. And boy howdy, when you hear it past 15 minutes, the words just don't even, like, sound like words anymore. It's like a low fucking drone. I've heard Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles so many times. The only respite being when they played the, I think it was the 2001 version. That's a little more, like, I want to say hip-hop oriented? Kidnapping Rooster Low. Well, we definitely want Gobbet on the team. Let's grab Ractor for this one, and... maybe Isabel, just because a hacker seems like a good idea here. A tangle of marine decorum, restless lights and ambrosia scents mingle atop a floating quay to accept the Shangri-La, Aberdeen Harbor's premier dining location. With competitive views of the surrounding bay, the restaurant attracts a steady crowd of tourists and whooshing personnel. The primary moneyman for the 289s, Rooster Low, is enjoying a rare meal outside of the Triad-held territory. Intel says he's set up in one of the restaurant's private dining rooms, but he's not alone. Rooster keeps a personal bodyguard, a notorious orc called the Talon, in addition to his regular security detail. You've seen photos of the Talon's handiwork. Body so battered it's hard to tell where one bruise ends and the other begins. adolescent augmented samurai salamanders. Ugh. Your mission: locate Rooster, extract him from the Shangri-La, and deliver him to your client alive. Simple, fast, low profile. Of course, even the simplest runs can go sideways. We're just kind of here, huh? No alternate ways out or nothing. Stepping into the interior hallway of the Shangri-La, you're confronted by a massive wall of a troll, the restaurant's front security. He speaks with surprising elocution. Welcome to the Shangri-La. We strive to provide our patrons with an exquisite dining experience. If you have any questions or require special accommodations, don't hesitate to speak with our staff. Looks like I got my pick of the tables. I'm sorry, but it's not a seat-yourself establishment. If you'd like to choose where you sit, I suggest you make a reservation for one of the private rooms upstairs. Please keep in mind that any disturbances will be promptly de-escalated by our security. We reserve the right to bar service to unruly patrons. Thank you and enjoy your meal. What security? I don't see any guards around. With a puff of his chest and a shake of his shoulders, the troll assumes a more aggressive posture. His face remains a mask of neutrality. Wuxing prides itself on having world-class security personnel. You would do well to remember that the best kind of security is often hidden from sight. Pretty hard not to see that guy. Oh. Oh, cool, we just get to go in. Man, an hour just to get crab? What the fuck? Oh, welcome to the Shangri-La, ma'am. Our hostess will seat you as soon as he gets back. You're welcome to wait in the lounge. Alright, thanks. I feel like there's an opportunity to hack something there, but I also feel like that would be insanely suspicious. Henry? Who the hell's Henry? A well-dressed man sits alone in a bar, elbows propped atop the counter. His face is hard, eyes blank. He swirls the contents of his half-empty glass as if in a stupor. Between the swollen eyes and whiskey double, it isn't hard to guess his mood. As you approach, he rubs his temple and graces you with a lazy sideways glance, mumbles under his breath. Eh, not like I could dig myself any deeper. Rough day? Hmm? He looks at you again through dull, bloodshot eyes, but his gaze drifts elsewhere. Lost 2 contracts, missed the 3rd for a meeting, and publicly shamed by my coworker. All during the 9 to 5. New record as far as I could tell. At least I got that going for me. Your coworker sounds like an asshole. How'd you get shamed? Negligence. My coworker took 2 of my contracts while they were in renewal. I'd overlooked them for a day or 2. Damn, it was just a couple of days. He sighs and begins to sway, whether it's involuntary or to calm himself is uncertain, but his chair creaks loudly in protest. Anyways, he took my clients and made a fool of me, and rubbing it in ever since. How'd you lose your contracts? Wish I knew. One of them was almost a done deal, but for some reason the client suddenly changed their tune and the contract slipped away before I could close it. Also, God, I gotta open a window. Holy shit. So get ready for the baying of chihuahuas. The other 2 were for ongoing clients, people I worked with for years, but I somehow forgot about their annual renewal date, and a more diligent coworker picked them up. I got no credit for the long-term partnership. If anything, I now look worse for losing them, even though I brought them into Wuxing in the first place. And who is this diligent coworker of yours? David. He laughs bitterly to himself. Props to him. My clients, they talk really big about networking and all that. All that, right? But they'd sell their own family to save a couple new yen. And you know the strangest part? My clients started ignoring me, even avoiding me. And when they do respond to my inquiries, they're curt and dismissive. One of these days, we're gonna close the... Wang is gonna close the window and the chihuahuas will all be waiting for them. Please. I don't think a chihuahua death squad will ever come for me. I just don't see it in my future. Something's not right here. Maybe. Maybe not. It's only an observation. What do I know? I'm just rambling drunk. Let's talk to David and see what's happening here. Hello, friend. Trying to get in on this joviality? You're welcome to join us for the next round. What are we celebrating? My recent success. Through some hard work and a little business persuasion, I sealed 2 contracts and a third's on the way. Well, I'll be. That's the exact amount of contracts Henry lost today. There's a natural ebb and flow within the business world. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. I've had an up day. Truly sorry to hear that Henry is down. Seems like there's more at play here. Excuse me? What are you implying? Your coworker over there lost 2 contracts today and is about to lose a third. Opposite of your situation on the very same day. Sounds mighty suspicious. I've heard of a story of a person who was killed by a pack of wild stray dachshund. So being killed by chihuahuas isn't out of the picture. Did he fall on his dick or something? How did the chihuahuas get anywhere near him?
Poison chihuahua.
Oh shit, you're right. I can't believe we're in the God Hand universe.
Listen, they may be small, but they have teeth, Highway. And if you know,
Well, I guess if
bite
like
angle, you move all that.
I guess if like 8 of them bite you, maybe. Or if you're like unprotected. Probably wouldn't hit him in the back of the leg. That sounds like a fucking surgical murder chihuahua. Holy shit. Did Henry tell you I stole his contracts? That's illegal, you realize. He's just angry he didn't have the wits or motivation to keep those clients under his payroll. Well, no, he never said you took his contracts illegally. Right? So as long as he isn't spreading any half-truths. You have any proof of this slander? I'm not looking for a fight. Now quit ruining my celebration. Now get out before I stick security on you. These guys are lit. Which do you think would have won in a fight? Ooh, we should find out. 10 new yen on the Mopey one. Rage goes a long way in a fight. Yeah, at the very least, it'll keep security's hands full. Oh, I see. This is a good idea. I don't know if we do it now, though. The gnarled bar stool offers little in the way of comfort. A quick look around reveals the disparity between the restaurant proper and the bar, the latter of which appears neglected in comparison to the pristine dining room. Old dry drink rings dapple the counter's uneven surface, and angry scratches run down its length. But you got time to kill before Rooster arrives, and this is as good a spot as any to wait. The minute ticks away as you mull over a cold one. Rooster should be here any time now. Chief, we got a problem. A big problem. Got the drama cork mage, we're working here. Our second floor guest is being impatient. Where's his food? Don't play games with me, I already sent it out. So get up there and serve it before our special guest rage shits himself. Oh, I had to do the security fighting thing before this. Hang on. I'm going to load state. Because I didn't realize that would lock that out super hard. Had to look up the Dachshund thing. Luckily, we could just speedrun the dialogue. Because I bet you that security setup is just a free karma point. Da-da-da. Asshole client. I should lose your contracts. Who is this diligent coworker? Something's not right here. Talk with David. Now the question is, how do we coax them to fight? Hey, just talk to David. From what it says, it sounds like he stole your clients. What do you mean? It's like you said, he used his contracts, his contacts, his family to acquire your clients. That cheating bastard! What follows a long string of slurs, some of which you've never heard before. Whether they're real or the incomprehensible babble of a drunken man is unknown. His bar still screeches as he jumps from his seat and marches towards David. Punch that bitch! Punch that bitch! Henry and David stand inches from one another, both men wearing the fiercest expression they can muster. The hatred is almost palpable. How the confrontation will play out is unclear, but one thing is certain. You have a great seat. You stole my business and I know it. You might have picked this fight, but I'm gonna win it. Fair and fucking square. Show me how those with integrity operate, you cheat. You want to lose face twice in one day? I'd be happy to oblige, but not in here. I'll be damned if the Shangri-La bans me from trashing a worthless crap stain like you. Let's finish this outside, now. Fine, but don't think that this will give you any sort of advantage. It only means I won't have to hold back. Let's go! Oh yeah, create a diversion. Look at that. Looks like a woman in Oklahoma was killed by a bull terrier in various pit mixes. British tabloid The Sun rewrote it so as Dachshunds and got amplified by a bunch of other tabloids. Ah, I love sensationalist reporting. Fills my heart with the most bile and disdain you could think of. Oh, I missed a lot. I'm serious, the fight's gotten so out of hand that the VP sent his own people to deal with it. Something about assessing the risk to himself? I don't know. He was so pissed he threw me out of the room. Either way, this is not looking good for us. This could damage the Shangri-La's reputation. Damn it, we need to get a handle on this. Has security been informed? Oh, yes, sir. We're so understaffed today that they're struggling to contain it. If we leave this If we lose our jobs because of this, I'm moving to Vegas. Oh, holy shit. Man, they must be throwing up a fucking storm. Well, I think I know where our objective is. Inside the private dining room, you're immediately greeted by the piercing stare of two massive dragon statues. The flickering lights are just bright enough to illuminate their bronze bodies, the effect an eerie illusion of slithering scales. Across the room stands your target, Rooster Low, hands trembling at his sides. A single anxious guard stands near the door. Something has him on edge. Talon is missing. Sweat drips down Rooster's gaunt face. His eyes dart back and forth across the room, trying to size you up, assess the situation. Without support, it appears nothing more than a trapped rooster who, without his talons, is defenseless. In an effort to invoke a sense of authority, he raises his voice. Who are you? What do you want? I'm sorry, this is good. I'm kidnapping you, idiot. Let's go. Kidnap? What do you think I am, some 5-year-old in a park? So, where's Talon? Where's the rest of my security? Never you mind, just get the street tramp out of here. Yes, sir. No Talon, no backup, all alone? You must really like your boss. Not exactly, no. In fact, you can have him. Good boy. Excellent. Hey, buddy, how's it going? No, wait. Spare me a life. I beg you, please. Things could be worse. My client could want you dead. Be thankful. Listen, Seattle, we may have Rooster, but these stiffs are probably just a... These stiffs were probably just a handful of his guards. He could have more downstairs. We can't leave the same way we came in. If we're gonna get out of here in one piece, we need to find a new exfil exit route fast, and I'm betting this chicken guy knows one. So, how about it? Where's the door used to discreetly make your way in here? Reading more, it seems like some pit bull owners at the shelter that received the bodies first put out that they were some sort of dachshund mix based on their short legs, and a veterinarian and a sheriff had identified them as pit mixes. Weird. Rooster's teeth are chattering inside his head. His frame shakes uncontrollably. The realization that he's at your mercy with no one left to defend him is settling in. How'd you get in here, Rooster? It's just outside this room, to the right, but it's locked. And you have the key, don't you? Yes, I do. He reaches into his coat and withdraws a small key. I'll be taking that.
We take your life, Sergeant.
Well, unfortunately, we can't do that. We need this guy, alive. Unknown caller. Combo, is this your channel? Who's asking? Name's Peylon. I'm your getaway driver. We have details to discuss, but let's keep it brief. Time's ticking. I'm at the loading dock across the bridge from the restaurant's main exit entrance. Big ol' schooner, can't miss me. But neither will the HKPF, who I just learned are here on their way here in response to a security call. Well, shit. I'm on my way. One last thing. I may be the driver, but this ain't my rig. Door's locked and I don't know the code. You gotta break in. Good luck and get moving. I hope these guys aren't here to fucking punch me. A pair of triad gangsters block your path. Men, help me! You free me, get me away from here, and I guarantee you'll be rewarded. Nuyen, favor, powers, whatever you want. Actually, you're really liking the position we're in right now. You begging at our feet. The idea that maybe when you're gone, we can move up the chain. You know, Raka is plenty qualified to take your seat. In fact, we might as well make sure you don't get out of here alive. No, wait, I can make you rich if... Sounds like you two are looking to get hurt. No ink, no suits. You're a runner? Shit, a runner! Don't let him take off with Rooster! Ugh. I really didn't want this to be the headache that it is now. Ah, I see. Rooster's fucking worthless. Alright, let's see. Well, we got Gobbet here, even though we didn't need hacking, but we could definitely not get any of them. Fucking hell. Give me a reticule. Because I'm going to punch the living shit out of this triad. Let's see. Direct control the robot? And why the fuck not? Give it an AP. Let the boy have some fun. Though man, Kosche's movement is kinda slow. It's very rude to punch the shit out of people, Wang. Hey! They could have left, but they didn't. Chainsaws! Oh, are they good? No, they're just gonna shoot the robot. Hiya. Well, that's nasty. Where do they want me to go? Oh, here we go. Docking bay door. Before you looms a formidable cast iron door. It's locked. Your means of escape just behind it. You notice a keypad mounted on the wall, but you have no key code. A quick scan reveals a potential weak spot where the door hinges. You have a feeling you can get through, but it's going to take a while. Pry that damn thing open. The Talon bursts out of the Shangri-La, nearly tearing the door from its hinges. The lines of his face are twisted in intense rage. Talon, I'm over here! I got weapons trained on me, I can't move! Save me, we'll get out of here! Take this incident straight to the top. They'll herald our survival, reward us! You little shit. Dragging me to this restaurant over and over, making me eat filth, or watch your staff fill your goddamn faces full of it. And now here you are, turned traitor in a blink of an eye. You can't speak to me that way! You're beneath me, I'm still a Red Pull! And when the triad comes for me, I'll see you flayed for those words! Haha. You won't get shit for the 289s. In fact, if your new allies don't gut you, the triad will. Make sure you don't go squawking to anyone about high-level plans or secrets or whatever. A flea like you won't last the night. Johnny, please, help me. It wasn't all bad, right? We had some good runs. I had no choice. I was forced to surrender. But if you get me out of here, I can see that you're rewarded. You're promoted. The hell with you, you spineless bit pusher. I bet you didn't even put up a fight, just rolled over and played the captive. Pussy. I'm gonna enjoy planting a bullet in your soft skull. God, everyone just hates this man. Also, there is a sniper there. What the fuck is that one carrying? Oh god, I'm breaking the door down. Oh, that's fucking bad, dude. That might possibly be the worst situation to be in. Let's get Kostche to some cover, shall we? Who the fuck is actually going to fight? This is kind of awkward. What do you mean line of sight blocked on the robot? Are you kidding? I guess I could give it to Gobbet in the meantime. Also, this dick is in the way. Holy shit, Gobbet can't shoot anyone. I can't even throw a mine. What? Oh, mines are 2, that's why. Yeah, Gobbet can't hit anyone. What the fuck? Kostche. God, why are all our line of sights blocked? This blows. I think we did more damage to our robot than Talon. Okay, good, that's not a grenade launcher. I was a little worried. Oh my god, please open the fucking door. Oh, jeez, what are we gonna do? Oh, hey, I have a totem summon. Kinda dangerous, though. But I'll take 4 AP and a distraction. What do we have? Strips 2 armor from target. Also, my accuracy is dog water. What? Let's go over here and soak up some actions. Wow, this spirit's terrible. Holy shit. Kostche. I want you to, disassemble this man from arm to leg. And he's unconscious, which is super nice for us, actually. What's Isobel gonna do? Problem is we can't even, like, target anyone with her. Oh, this whole situation's kind of ass up right now. And you don't do anything like the pussy you are. Oh. Well, Talon's dead. And so's my consciousness, apparently, because I'm pretty sure I got knocked the fuck out. Yeah, Combo's working on the door, which is a real problem. What are we gonna do here? Guess I just have to go up and be a headache for these guys. Oh, hey, wait. I have a grenade, too. Fucking hell. Nice. Also, I killed that totem spirit, but it wasn't really all that good, I'm not gonna lie. Gotta worry about that sniper, though. I don't know if I have a real answer for that. Oh, fuck. Did I not take Goblet's turn? Okay, let's, figure out the situation, let's say. Actually, Goblet's in a pretty good position here if I had any extra AP. How good a shot are you, Isabel? Pretty good. Not so much at long range, though, sadly. Alright, what to do with you? I do have Buzzsaw up. Might as well get in some mayhem. Does Kosche not have any skills? Or is it all dependent on Ractor? I think it's all dependent on Ractor, because I was wondering how I'm supposed to heal the robot. Let's pull it back and have Kosche try to heal it. Oh, I don't have enough AP to. This. I don't even think Kosche has AP. Shit. Oh no, he has 1. Oh, that's bad. They just instantly locked in on him. Though, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Gobbet knew what was up, holy shit. Isabel, though, might take a little bit longer. Get the asshole out of here. They're coming down with something, getting joint and muscle pain and uncontrolled shivering. Uh-oh. Might need to get a checkup then. And we're out of here. Easy operation. The boat sways languidly atop the water. Insulated walls stifle outside noises, as if the chaos just beyond the door belonged to another world. Its interior is cramped, made small by maritime equipment protruding from the walls. The scent of sea and moldering wood dominates your senses, ripened from years of perfunctory cleaning. Finally, a safe place to rest. The 289s are really gonna jam you up for this. Doubt it. With you out of the way, somebody's probably nabbed your job by now. Worst you'll get is dead. Worst we'll get is a finger waggle. But so long as the hand is also holding out to your new yen, we're in a good position. Could you say the same? Things are now looking good for you, Mr. Lowe. Better stop running that mouth of yours. The boat heaves and pitches over the bay as your driver plows through the choppy waves to the drop-off point, leaving the Shangri-La restaurant far behind. Inside, restlessness fills the cabin. You finish your job, the extraction was a success, and now your client awaits his prize, the Triad Red Pole Rooster. It wasn't easy. It should have been. It wouldn't have been if that damn talent hadn't mangled your plans with his visceral determination. But even a streets forged orc like Talon could be stricken down. With Talon dead, your escape from the restaurant when the getaway boat was made smoother. Well, as smooth as wading through a small army of triads and skirting the HKPF dragnet could be. Luckily, Rooster got through the pursuit unharmed, and with the Talon now permanently out of commission, you might earn a few extra new yen. Oh no, good run. Alright. Time to get paid and get some rest. And by rest, I mean nightmares that haunt my dreams. Oh, we got a level up too. Alright. Gotta get that money first. Gotta get paid. Oh, the team's here. You enter the trolley to find your crew gathered together waiting for you. Isabelle has her head buried in her PDA. The rest stand watch, trying to be patient. Isabelle, looks like you have something to tell the class. I've been doing my homework on Josephine Tang and Tang Medical Services. You're pacing, so that tells me you found something. Oh, I found something, alright. Isabelle lifts her PDA to her face and consults her notes. In 2011, Sang Medical Services was a D-level corporation floundering in the shallow end of Hong Kong's corporate pool. That's when Josephine Shui married into the family. Josephine thought big. She conceived of a massive project that would catapult TMS into the big time. Something she called the Prosperity Project. Prosperity? That's what Raymond was muttering about. What does this have to do with Raymond? It has nothing whatsoever to do with Raymond Black. It has everything to do with Edward Sang. Is Raymond Black actually Edward Sang? You got it. What? No! Come on! Raymond Black is actually Edward Sang, the only son of Josephine Sang and her late husband, Breakwater Sang. I always wondered where Raymond's money came from. It came from Sang Medical Services and the Walled City. What the hell's going on, Isabelle? Start from the beginning! Okay, here we go. Once upon a time in the 1900s, the Walled City was a densely populated slum. Something like 30,000 people crammed into 6.5 acres. Wait, I heard the story before. It's a shithole. Hell on earth, yada yada yada. That's today's Walled City, the second one. The first one started life well over 100 years ago and lasted through both world wars and almost through the Awakening. It was torn down in '94 when the government finally had enough of it. It had become such of a haven for criminals that the cops would only enter it in large, well-armed groups. Sounds familiar. In 2021, Josephine Sang proposed a vision for a new type of low-income housing project, the Prosperity Project. A self-contained, low-cost walking neighborhood for the poor, but on a grander scale. The Prosperity Project would give Hong Kong's poor and the flood of refugees pouring into the country a place that they could call their own. Something that felt more permanent than the sprawling tent city that spontaneously sprung up after the first one was demolished. That doesn't sound like the wall city I've been to. No kidding. The Prosperity Project would replace the tent city and would be symbolically built on the site of the old walled city. The slogan was a place of dignity where prosperity begins. And ends, apparently. The apartments weren't much bigger than the space you'd get in your average coffin motel, but they were built around plazas and marketplaces that contained goods and services. Like drug dealers and prostitutes. This sounds like just the first walled city. The government forgot the lessons of the last walled city. They loved the idea of containing refugees and the poor to only a few densely populated blocks. Kept them out of the public eye. Kept those tourists happy too, huh? Isabelle gives Goblet a flat shut-up expression. Goblet smirks in reply. Securing the walled city job was the first step towards Sang becoming what it is today, towards putting Josephine Sang on the executive council. That doesn't line up. How did she get so powerful by building a slum? It wasn't the slum that made her rich. From what I've read, the walled city was a disaster. By all accounts, her Prosperity Project should have landed her in the poorhouse. That wasn't what happened, though. After the walled city went up, TMS landed contract after contract. Huge, lucrative ones. No one knows why. And those are the jobs that propelled TMS into the big time. So where does Raymond come into all this? Not Raymond, Edward. Edward Sung was in charge of laying the groundwork for the walled city. Excavation and utilities, running power lines, sewage, that kind of thing. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Remember the aggressive gray water leak that flooded the basement back in 48? When we got back from that camping trip in the Salish, Raymond screamed bloody murder about that. I never seen him so angry, but did Raymond know how to fix it? No! Ray didn't know the first thing about sewer lines. He hired a small army of plumbers, probably paid him double what the job was worth to fix the thing, and it still took almost 2 months to get the leak under control. Not that much of a utility expert, huh? So, if this man was not in charge of the utilities for the project, what was he doing down there? I missed almost all of the stream. It happens. I don't know, but Edward Sung disappeared from the public eye shortly after Prosperity was completed. In 2031. That's about the time he moved into Seattle. About 7 years before he found us. But what happened in the walled city? And what would make Raymond want to go all the way back there after all these years? I don't know, but I intend to find out. So yeah, there's the big question. Did you win this stream? We got a few milk runs done. The big kicker is we learned that the adoptive father of Duncan Wu and Cassandra Harding is not some strange individual known as Raymond Black, but rather Edward Sung, the son of a multi-million-dollar corporation here in Hong Kong. And apparently, after a project in Kowloon Walled City in, what was it, 2031? He decided, fuck all this, I'm moving to Seattle, and washed his hands of all of this. Until now. Also, I should really level up. Goblet's Poison Fog is upgraded to Acidic Fog, doing AP damage and HP. Ooh, that's really good. Shrine Spirits summoned by Goblet are now present for an additional turn before dispelling themselves for a total of 3 rounds. That's, Give me the AP Fog. Isobel. Her mini grenade launcher is now packed with napalm, igniting damaged targets. They'll take an additional 6 AP damage. Or get the dual routine boost program, which increases persona speed while sneaking through the matrix by 40%. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, give her that. Raymond gets either a nail grenade. Fucking Raymond here going from police officer to IED maker. What the hell? Duncan's standard equipment now includes a lethal shrapnel-filled grenade. Strips 1 armor. Or the modified flashbang. That just sounds better. AP damage is the way to go. Gaichu gains a katana ability, plus 100 damage against stunned targets. That's kind of a trap. Because that means you have to be able to readily knock out an opponent that is next to Gaichu. Because it takes 2 AP to do, which means you're going to have to be next to the victim. Gaichu takes a bite out of his foe, restoring HP over 2 rounds and gaining 1 strength. This sounds really good. Because it is an overtime heal and AP damage. Raptor's overclock ability now gives the target drone 2 AP. I mean, that's fucking incredible. Or reduce cooldown of repair to 3. No, fuck it. Give me 2 AP. That shit sounds incredible. And as usual, let's get paid. The client is pleased with how you handled the situation. Rooster Lowe has been very contrite and forthcoming. due to in no small part the violence with which you handled the opposition. You even earned a little extra for taking out the Talon. Your payment is attached. How much did we make off that? I don't know how much, but we'll figure that out next time. As I should be a little bit more careful about my saves in the future, honestly. Though I do like how that ended in like a super big on like the big plot twist. That's kind of cool.